Right. This time, look at me when I'm talking to you. This time we're going to nail it. We're going to stab it this time, if you will, Michael. We're going to nail this live stream. So, welcome to my 157th PMDB live stream, my 17th live stream on this rebranded second channel of mine, PMDB Live. This is where you'll find all my live videos. If you enjoy my lazy live streams, this is the channel for you. And welcome to a retake of the previous, a remake, if you will, previous video or of what the previous video was supposed to be like. Of course, you can watch the previous video and all of my videos, the good, the bad, ugly, on my various YouTube channels, PMDB Live, my main and original and biggest channel, Paul Michael David Bain, simply called my name. And there's some videos on Team Paul Michael, the third channel. I've, I think one day I'll turn into a wrestling channel. We shall see. Anyways, in this live stream, the idea is to have a general chat with whomever pops in. We had a decent crowd in the last live stream, but I got off track a wee bit. I got a bit off track, and well, I want this to be a video where people can see my official rankings of the Halloween franchise too. And I thought the last live stream got a bit off track, so in this video, I hope to deliver all my 10 rankings of the previous Halloween films. I am not Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm not a reporter on Screen Junkies. I'm one of the average cinema goers. I've yet to see this film. I'll be seeing it tomorrow after another Prince of Wales experience here in Aberdeen. I don't know when I'll give my thoughts on the brand new Halloween film. I don't know when I'll be back again on YouTube after this. Welcome, one viewer. But I'm sure at some point in the future I will come back and give my blunt, honest thoughts on the new upcoming Halloween film. There's nobody in the chat just yet, but you're welcome to chat away while I go through my rankings of all 10 previous Halloween films. So number 10, let's get this shit out of the way with. Obviously, I think it's within the Halloween community, this is universally the very worst Halloween film of all time. Now, to be fair, compared to some very, very bad entries in other film franchises, Texas Chainsaw Massacre springs to mind, for example. It's okay compared to those, but it is the bottom of the barrel, the very worst Halloween movie from 2002. It has an extended cameo of Jamie Lee Curtis, who gets spoilers, gets killed off in this film. It stars Buster Rhymes. And the Sarah character, the lead female, if you will, pretty good looking actually. It's not too bad, a bit forgettable, but it's just not. Well, she has a scene with the chainsaw, and it's going about this is for all of them, and that scene's a bit cringe. But overall, her performance is not too bad, not too memorable either, but not too bad. And of course, you've got those infamous scenes of Buster Rhymes' character Freddy. I wonder if he was named after Freddy Krueger, but he makes a mockery of Michael Myers, and that didn't sit down too well with a lot of the hardcore Halloween fans who want things. We love our jokes now and again, but we want the horror side of things to be taken a bit more serious than this. In fact, if you look this film up on some movie sites, it's listed as a horror comedy. It's not supposed to be a horror comedy. It's supposed to be Halloween Resurrection. I could only give it a 2.0 out of 10. So it's my 10th placed Halloween film. It usually is my 10th placed Halloween film. I must admit, though, it does have some of that it's so bad it's good elements to the film, but overall the film is really not worth your time. Two people watching us, Michael. We're slowly but surely getting through this list, my rankings. She's been waiting for him, and I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this Halloween film. The longest gap between Halloween films ever, 9 years. Even longer since we had the original Michael Myers on screen in the original continuity. 16 years since Halloween Resurrection. Now, number 9th on my list is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. The last Halloween film in the cinema. The last one. Well, I've seen 2 Halloween films in the cinema. Both were Rob Zombie's versions. Hated it. Hated it. Back in 2009. Family is forever. Shame Rob Zombie's vision of Halloween isn't. I've reviewed this film on my original account. 2.4 out of 10. It's a really hard watch, folks, but it has more intriguing scenes than Resurrection, which puts it above it. My next film I mention in this ranking list is Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers, my 8th placed film. And I remember making a video 4 years ago now talking about the 3 Halloween films I hate, and it seems like my tastes haven't changed in regard to the 3 I hate the most. And one was Halloween Resurrection. This was the second one, and Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers, which I didn't mind to begin with. It was one of the first Halloween films I've seen. Over the years, over the re-watches, I've really begun to detest that film. This one ruins the Loomis character, and doesn't feel like a traditional Halloween film at all. It just feels like you're wasting your time watching it. So 8th place, Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers from 1995. I really enjoyed this a lot more when I was younger. It's the last to feature the late great Donald Pleasance, and what an injustice they do to him. With the theatrical version is garbage. I've seen bits of the producer's cut here and there, and it does look a lot better than this version. The horrors of this film, it's what a mess it is. It really is. The editing in one of the kills, all the flash photography is so bad, so unwatchable in one scene. A lot of forgettable cast. Paul Rudd is in this film. There's a lot of behind the scenes drama going on, I believe. And yeah, it definitely spills on screen. The last in the Thorn trilogy, the last of the original timeline, if you will, because Halloween H2O ignores 4, 5, 6, and 3 for that matter. I've got my notes here. I could only give it 3.6 out of 10. 3.6. So yeah, it could have been a great Halloween film, and I did like it originally, but the more I rewatch, the more I get frustrated with this entry. It's got a very fitting title, The Curse, because the behind the scenes drama going on during this making of this film seemed to indeed be cursed. But the entry before it, Halloween 5, is not that much better. It's There's a few scenes in Halloween 5, also titled Halloween 5: The Revenge of Michael Myers. There's a few scenes I really, really enjoy in Halloween 5, but I was watching it the other night and I was like, oh, I just went to hit stop at one point, and during the middle, um, Donald Pleasance, like he does with numerous sequels in this franchise, he elevates this film and helps it get a better rating than it should. He's To me, he's fantastic in every Halloween film he's been in. I had limited scenes in Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers, which really, really annoyed me, and nothing to do with his fault, or it's just the director's fault and the script writer's fault, if you will. But in this Halloween film, he's got a lot of scenes, and he's absolutely fantastic. Um, I think he's great. The final showdown, if you will, between him and Michael Myers, I think is fantastic. And the old Michael Myers house that looks nothing like the original Michael Myers house, but that's one of the problems for Halloween 5. It's also Daniel Harris's last appearance in a Halloween film until she came back as Annie in Rob Zombie's 2 films. This is their last appearance as Jamie Lloyd, and she's fantastic. So she's about 9 or 10 or 11 in these couple of films, 4 and 5, and she really, really is good. Um, Halloween 5, even though it does have its moments, I couldn't give it any more than a 3.9 out of 10. And my ratings are a bit harsh, but I've got to be honest, this overall is not a great entry to the series, and it's not as bad as Curse of Michael Myers, but it's not that great either. From 989. Next up on my list in 6th place, and I'm disappointed by this. I thought it'd be higher up. Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. The Night Nobody Came Home. The one without Michael Myers. It was released in 1982. I gave it a 4.4 out of 10. I was disappointed. I thought I would enjoy this more on the rewatch, since it's got such a cult following now and people seem to be liking it more and more this generation. But just felt like a not very complete film, and not very. I think it had the potential to be a lot better. And Tom Aikens, I love Tom Aikens, and the Womanizer, he's fantastic in this film. Um, his character would probably get frowned upon today, but I really enjoyed his performance in this Halloween. He elevates this film like Donald Pleasance did with a number of sequels. Tom Aikens really elevates Season of the Witch. It does have interesting elements and an interesting bad guy, but it just didn't seem to go anywhere, or they didn't seem to have an idea really of where they wanted to go. It just I like the atmosphere. I like some of the settings, but I don't know. After viewing it this time around, it didn't really do. I probably have rewatched it again if it weren't part of the Halloween franchise. Simple. Um, so yeah, moving on to my top 5 Halloween films out of 10 previous ones. Obviously, I've not yet seen the new Halloween film, as I've stated in the video earlier on in the video, because my name's not Jamie Lee Curtis. I wasn't part of the crew on this new film, and I'm not one of I'm not part of the YouTube team of Screen Junkies. I'm not one of those blessed individuals that have seen this film before everybody else. I'm seeing it tomorrow, so this is my top 10 rankings of the previous 10, and in 5th place is Halloween H2O 20 years later, which was 20 years ago now. starring Jamie Lee Curtis. This was her comeback movie. Um, this starts the second timeline in the Halloween franchise. Hello, Cool J's in it. He's pretty good. A lot better than Buster Rhymes. Um, it's the first Michael Myers film without Donald Pleasance, as he had passed away 3 years earlier. And in fact, this film's in memory of Donald Pleasance, which I think is a nice touch. As to me, Donald Pleasance was the MVP. Take Michael Myers out of the picture. Donald Pleasance is the MVP of this franchise. I believe he really elevates it. So in fifth place is Halloween H2O, which I used to rate a lot higher. Only gave it a 5.2 out of 10. So it's above average Halloween film, and one of the better ones, even though it may appear to be getting such a low rating. But I am harsh on my ratings. But like the Halloween Free Season of the Witch, I was a bit disappointed with this film on rewatch. I used to enjoy this film a lot more, but I do maybe I've rewatched this film a bit too much. That's probably what happens when you rewatch certain films too much. Um, so there's probably that's one of the reasons to do with my lower rating. Um, but I love the. I think if this were to be the final one in the series, it would have been a fitting conclusion. It was a great final battle between Michael Myers and Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis's character. So it's definitely a lot of good in this film, but I seem to enjoy it less and less the more I rewatch it, or the older I get. In fourth place is one that seems to be a favorite among the Halloween community, but um, I don't get why it's loved so much. Halloween 2 from 1981. It's a lot better than Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Gave this one a 5.5, and I enjoyed it this time around better than Halloween H2O. It's the final Halloween film to feature both Donald Pleasance and Jamie Lee Curtis in the same Halloween film. Definitely has some of the best moments in the Halloween franchise, but I think overall the film is definitely a fall from greatness that was the original, which I'll talk about later on in this list. Spoiler, it's number one. Um, but like with H2O, the more we watch it, more I think this, overall this film's really not that great. It's good. It's a decent entry to the Halloween franchise, but it's far from all-time horror great in my opinion. So yeah, but I love Don't. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode is not very great in this movie, and that's not Jamie Lee Curtis's fault. Just the way her character was written, she's like literally sleepwalking throughout the film. But Donald Pleasance is fantastic in this. And this is one of his. All his performances are great. This is one of his best performances in a Halloween film. Loved him in this, and he really elevates this film. So yeah, it's my fourth placed Halloween film, and I'm surprised by this myself because years ago I hated this film. When I went to see this film in the cinema in 2007, I hated it. But the more I've rewatched it, the more I've kind of enjoyed the Rob Zombie elements to the Halloween franchise. So my third place is Halloween from 2007. The second Halloween film could just simply be titled Halloween in the Halloween franchise. It's a reboot, no, a remake rather, of Halloween with a more of a backstory this time, more of an extreme backstory this time. It's the, I guess you can call it the extreme entry to the Halloween saga. And I really, as I've stated, I reviewed this film too on my original YouTube channel, and I stated how I really enjoyed Dr. Loomis in this film. Of course, Donald Pleasance is the be-all, end-all Dr. Loomis, but Malcolm McDowell in this film, I thought was great. Too bad they completely ruined his character in the second film of Rob Zombie's, but in this one, I really enjoyed him in this film. And yeah, I don't know if you can see it there. See that scene there, Minnie Myers when he kills his sister in the film. I was in the cinema watching that. The whole audience laughed when the scene Minnie Myers going after Judith Myers. The whole audience laughed. I thought, oh, I think they're supposed to be laughing in this very serious scene here. That's one of the memories I've got from going to see this film in the cinema. But over the years, I seem to enjoy it more and more. Can't believe it. I used to give this a 0 rating too. Now it's 5.7, which is pretty good for me. And it's my third placed Halloween film. In second place is the best sequel of the whole franchise, unless Halloween overtakes it tomorrow. It might. It might. I give it a 6. I give it a 6.4. So it's way above average, but not quite an all-time classic. But in my opinion, it is by quite a distance the second best Halloween film ever made. From 30 years ago, Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers, starring Donald Pleasance once again. Can I say that? I've already said about Donald Pleasance ranking these movies. He's fantastic in each of them. Even when he had his limited appearances in Halloween The Curse, he was still fantastic in those. He elevates this film, but I was rewatching this film again, like I have rewatched every single Halloween movie recently. I was watching through it and I was thinking it ticks all the boxes. This is what I believe Halloween 4 should have looked like in 1988. There's a few moments when his hair's blonde in one scene, which is a mistake I can't believe they made, but there is some moments in this movie that are really silly. But overall, it's a very, very solid entry to the Halloween franchise, and one I've always had a soft spot for. It's always been high up in my Halloween rankings. I always look forward to watching it, and it would be one of the ones if I were to recommend anybody to the Halloween franchise. Halloween 4 would be one of my top choices of where to start, and I think it absolutely delivers. Um, the cast, it might have, in fact, the best cast of the entire Halloween film franchise. Halloween 4 and 5, we have the character of Rachel. She's very likable. Sheriff Meeker, he's also very likable. Brady, it's got a very decent, very likable cast, and you care about these characters. So Halloween 4, as far as I'm concerned, it's the second best Halloween film ever. Will it be top tomorrow? I don't know. I'm hoping so. I'd like for this new Halloween film to not only top this, but to be the best Halloween damn film ever. But I don't think it will. But yeah, so I rewatched them all. Well, I'm lying a bit. I'm actually lying. I haven't technically rewatched this. I'm rewatching this tonight, but I can promise you there will be no change. There will be no change in my rankings. This is the very best Halloween film, and I've not seen a better horror film yet. Halloween from 1978 is the near perfect horror film. 4 years ago, and of course, um, the sequel 4 years on, establishing another timeline, the third timeline in the Halloween franchise of the original continuity. Gets a bit tangled up, doesn't it? So he marks the return of Jamie Lee Curtis in her fifth time playing Laurie Strode. Technically her sixth time in the Halloween film. She was the voiceover. She was the phone operator in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, but uncredited. Anyways, this film is John Carpenter's one and only directed Halloween film. He created Michael Myers' character, Laurie Strode, and Dr. Loomis, all characters we've, got a lot of love for over the years. It's, what hasn't already been said about this is one of, not just the best horror movie ever made, in my opinion, but one of my legit favorite films of all time. I think it's, for what it was trying to do, it's almost perfect. And if there, you know, hadn't been so many films afterwards, I don't think it would have mattered. I think people would still be talking about this film today, 40 years on. So it's undisputed number one. I'll be rewatching it later tonight. So I'll be all set for tomorrow's Halloween film. Been rewatching them all lately. Not in order, though, which is strange for me. Usually I do things in order, but I wanted to get the shit out of the way first. So I didn't want to go into tomorrow night's cinema trip in a sour note after just watching the second worst Halloween film of all time, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So I decided to mix things up a bit. And I went with Rob Zombie's Vision first. And then I went with the second established timeline from Halloween 2 to Halloween Resurrection. Then I went with Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, followed by the Thorn trilogy, and I'm leaving the best till last tonight, the original Halloween. Not only because it's the best one, but because, well, tomorrow's film, it's the only one I acknowledges, so I thought, it'd be best to wrap things up on the only film this new film acknowledges. Like I say earlier, there will come a time where I'm bluntly honest about the new Halloween film when I do return to YouTube. I don't know when that'll be. It won't. I can't see it being on the day. I might need a few drinks afterwards. This film, it could be so bad. And I start rethinking my life. So just to recap, in 10th place, Halloween Resurrection from 2002. In 9th place, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 from 2009. In 8th place, Halloween The Curse of Michael Myers from 1995. In 7th place, Halloween 5 from 1989. In 6th place, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch from 1982. The top 5 Halloween films so far go as follows. Halloween H2O, 20 Years Later from 1998. In 4th place, Halloween 2 from 1981. In 3rd place, Rob Zombie's Halloween from 2007. Still doesn't seem right, considering how much I hate that film to begin. Anyways, in 2nd place, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers from 1988, and the undisputed number one Halloween film of all time, and not just one of the greatest horror movie of all time, and one of the greatest films ever, Halloween from 1978. That's it. All done and dusted. Done it, Michael. Done it. All done and dusted. So I've been waiting for this. This has been a retake of this particular video. Hope anybody that stumbles across this will enjoy. So yeah, I guess I'm all set now. I'm all set. Where will Halloween 2018 fall into my rankings? Hopefully at least number 2. If it doesn't fall into at least number 2, I will say this will have been disappointing. All the build-up and all the hype. So I'm expecting it to be at least the second greatest Halloween film ever. Anyways, take care all, and I'm not sure when I'll be back. I'm sure I'll be back at some point with my blunt, honest opinion on Halloween, but it might not be anytime soon, okay? Take care.